All right. Good morning. Good morning. It is 6:31. It is May 8th. It is 2025. Thursday, post-Fed. Hopefully everyone's feeling well. My name is Scott Redler. I am the Chief Strategic Officer of T3Live.com. I'm here every day. I'm at my desk. I'm getting up at 4:45. I'm going in my 20 at 5:20. I'm doing a workout with a few hundred of my dogs around the world, getting the mind right. So this way, day in, day out, my mind is ready for go time, ready to execute, ready to adjust, ready to figure out which way the market's going based on multiple plans, not strong opinions. And that's what we do. That's why I've been able to do this for 20 plus years. We have a open house in the Alpha team where guys are here for a week. They're seeing that it's not a glamorous job. I'm not sitting here trading from a private plane. I'm a grinder. I get up every day, make adjustments. I'm human just like all of you. And, in a decent position coming into today. So it feels pretty good. Anyway, with that being said, some people are like, Red Dog, why are we up another 50, 60 handles? Well, end of the day yesterday, Trump rolled back some of the semiconductor rules, which helped. And NVIDIA was a big focus for us. I'll show you why. Then you had some potential deals where I think they're announcing a deal today, and then you have them going to China and, put a, Fed behind us where it seems as if, they're not cutting rates, but they're ready to do whatever they need to do if they need to do it once they get more clarity on the world, which we're all looking for. And you go to the chart here, and what do you see? Right? What do you see? Got a little V bottom, right? V bottom here. Then you had a bit of a retracement into what we call a higher low. And then here we broke the downtrend, came up. And what does this look like? I think every weekend I do post different charts, right? Know your charts. These charts will help. These charts can make you money. Well, this is a little bit of a bull flag pattern. What's a bull flag pattern? It's a digestion pattern that works off an oscillator, which was plus 80 down to about plus 26. And what do? We digested pretty well. Hard to tell that we'd be up, 60 handles today, but as long as you had a few things on that made sense, you didn't need to know how high we were going to go. And here we are at 567.40. This high is 568.38. We're a pebbles throw away. Some guys are already saying, oh, it's going to be a double top, Red Dog. Okay. We shall see. We'll see how much of today's gap we hold. So 568.37 is a big spot. We'll see how much of today's gap holds. This is the Alpha team. This is where you see all the trials coming in. If you want to try the next 2 days, we've been here every single day. I'm actually going to be out probably midday tomorrow. I'm going to Atlantic City for an AU tournament. So this is what I have on. I don't have a whole lot of ASTS, which I've had on for a few weeks. Bull as of yesterday, WRD as of this week, NVIDIA I've been focusing on. That's going to work well today. I have the SPYs long, Bitcoin. I put on Amazon calls yesterday. That's going to work pretty well. I'm pretty excited about that. Got some NVIDIA 116s. I also have, actually, no, I'm kidding. That's not what I'm excited about. The Meta 605s. I'm like, wait a second, that's not going to work. Then a few bits and pieces. I am short some 566 calls, so I'll have to figure out how to do that and how to manage that. But ultimately, I'm going to, today will be a decent day. I was very, very short coming in yesterday, so I'm glad I adjusted yesterday, whereas I covered most of my SPY short. I was short the SPYs, net short the SPYs with some size. But this pattern is not telling me to do that. This pattern is telling me you have some decent things that look all right, So let's go through them. As of yesterday, the rotation, the go-to list changed again. Microsoft, bull flag, seeming like it's ready to go. So this was something that was on there. I didn't take Microsoft, but now we'll see. Does Microsoft get above and stay above? What is this? This is 437. Here's 439. This still has some room if it wants to get above this bull flag. That's one. Meta showed its face yesterday. Meta, nice bull flag. I took a decent amount of options. I bought them when the Fed was talking in case we go back to highs. Meta looks like a candidate post earnings. Some are in with the peg play versus 570. What did I buy? I bought the 605s yesterday for about $2.50 ish. So maybe it works its way to 635. Maybe it opens and sells. At this point, Meta's up 12. So far so good. We shall see. What's called Google. I got stopped out of yesterday. Happens. I got stopped out at 161. Was looking really good. All of a sudden, news came out. I think they came out to refute it. What's it up today? Like $3 or so. How much is Google up? $3. It's funny how like you've been doing this so long, you know kind of what's what. Anyway, so that's Google. Google, shook things up yesterday. It is what it is. But anyway, so that's that. Amazon looked a little bit better. It's up 192. I didn't take Amazon, but you don't need to be in everything to make money. It's getting above this 191. It's got a lot of stuff above it. We'll see what happens there. NVIDIA was really my biggest play. NVIDIA for the first time cleared this 115.40. I have 116 calls on. I trimmed a little bit into that move yesterday, and I added to the stock yesterday. Feels like it can get towards 122.50. It's not up a ton this morning. And by the way, when you take positions overnight, you always reduce a little bit into strength. You net money, then you figure out if you want to add in the first 30 minutes based on how it feels. So I did trim a little NVIDIA here. Some people like, how does the alpha team see what you do? Well, you could go back to this. So it shows NVIDIA, which I have overnight, and it shows sell at 628. That means I trimmed some and it flashed red. I also have SPYs on. It's trying to play a middle between the close up to 566, and I just trimmed some. So it gets to see what I put on, what I take off, and it's a pretty cool technology. And it's real time. It's not fake. I trade for a living. But anyway, so that's NVIDIA. Looking pretty good. We'll see how much of today's gap open it holds. On the one-off land, ASTS, it's just a swing position that I've had on for a while. Nothing really to update. Looks pretty good. I'd love it to wake up. We'll see. Somebody's like, Red Dog, why are you in bull? I know a bunch of guys on the side like it. Looked like it's, perking up. It was an exciting move when it first started. A bunch of higher lows. This is 1764. It's not a hyper focus, but it's something I got in. I got into two little ones. This one, which I do think it could go higher, and this We Ride, which also I think can get into the 11s. But it's going to need some volume. So that's that. I am still in Bitcoin. Not a whole lot. I'm in more of a trailer, but it's nice to see. This was our money trade in Bitcoin. If you remember right in here, this was our money trade, and 5620 was one spot. And seems like it's going to be above that. So congratulations to all of you who, are in Bitcoin. If you're in Bitcoin, there you go. Hopefully you buy it over time. It's one of those things that I've been saying. You could be a buyer of Bitcoin every month as an asset allocator. If you have like the pie chart, you have equities, bonds, Bitcoin, gold, and stuff. Anyway, that's fine. Mister's been acting very well. I don't own Mister, but it seems like this time it'll take out 398 and get above it and go. Congratulations if you're in Mister. It's been riding this ascending channel really well. I'm not in Tesla. Some people want Tesla. Tesla's been really hard. Tesla hung in by a thread. That thread is still very strong, I guess. Some guys are shorted. I'm neither. I'm just indifferent right now. It has some room to 284-ish. Which is the 200-day. That'll be a spot to see if you can get above and stay above. Palantir's in the penalty box, but Palantir looked better than Dash. Looks like at some point maybe gets above 113 and fills that. If it fills that gap, it gets at least to some of the broken nature off of it. So that would be good. What else? Let's go. Let me see what my dogs have to say. All right, here we go. Oh, Rocking Tampa, AC's, Tony's Baltimore Grill and White House, Sub Shop. All you need, Scott. Thank you. Hard to keep Amazon down. That's true. Yes, it dings. That's true. Red Dog, are you following Pony? I am following Pony. Pony and WRD are moving together. Qs, yes, Qs and SPYs look very similar. Let's see what else. Sea of Green. Good morning. Ken Rosenberg, who also does I think the 25-20 with me in the mornings, trying out the alpha team, and he's long Tem, NVIDIA, Spot, Meta, and Tesla. Nice, that's a good list. Yeah, TEM. A lot of guys were talking about yesterday. What a reversal! You want to see what a Red Dog reversal looks like? I should be long this myself. Got below this and took out this entire range and closed strong. What's it doing? Hopefully it's up for those of you who are looking to get paid. TEM. It's up $1. Not a blockbuster move, but at least a little bit of follow through. It was up a lot yesterday. Hims, yeah, wow, what a move in Hims, huh? Got to give it to the guys from Spaces. There was a bunch of individuals all over it. You didn't have to take it into numbers. It actually opened down on numbers and reversed. What a move. So you're starting to see some nice frisky moves, which is good because I'm a momentum trader. I like to buy high and sell higher, and there hasn't been a lot of that. Is GME still a Bitcoin play? It's a crappy one. GME, I got away from it. I guess I'll take a look, but I'm going to stay away from that one. You think NVIDIA 120 today? I would think so. Tem's your favorite AI. By the way, that's Space Specialist. He's also part of the Red Dog Mindset. He tunes in every day, 20 to 5:20. Also in the Alpha Team, WRD. So I think here, so people have been saying that this pony moves. It's an autonomous driving type thing. So this is nice move. Look at that when it broke this downtrend. A lot of guys have been trading it. Broke right here. Bunch of ways to do it. They think this WRD, kind of moves with it. The market was not in the, when this was stronger in the morning, the market started to reverse and et cetera, et cetera. So I would think that this can get up towards here. If you want to see what volume looks like you probably see it from the other day, WRD, it's not doing a whole lot this morning. You guys want to see what that daily chart looks like look at the size of the volume that came in here. So, maybe it goes sideways and builds. It's not a hyper focus though. What you should be focused on is whether or not Amazon's going to get above 191 and stay above 191 and have room. You should be focused on Meta. Is it going to stay above 604 and work its way up to 635? You should be focused on NVIDIA. Does NVIDIA get towards 122-ish? Probably can, maybe 120 today. AMD's hard. AMD, look at that doji day. People just don't love AMD. I don't love AMD, to be honest. It's just a pain. It's a hard stock. It's a very, very hard stock. Am I still in IBIT? Short-term trading wants to know. So if you go to my Alpha Team virtual trading floor, you will see IBIT. So yes, I'm in it overnight. I haven't done anything there. So that's how you follow my positions. I've been in IBIT pretty much since Bitcoin was holding 86,000 and took out 87,000. But my money trade was buying IBIT $50 calls and $51 calls. Now I'm just kind of trimming and trailing and holding. But anyway, MU great chart, yeah. I was long MU and I kind of get out of the way just because of what happened with what's MU doing with ARM yesterday. It's up $2. Yeah, that would have been nice having a bunch of that too, but it is what it is. I went with NVIDIA. NVIDIA's up $1.80. It's not a whole lot, but it's a nice little follow through. Again, I was accumulating these. What are they? The NVIDIA 116s. They were like $1. So they're going to probably be close to the 3+. So that's a nice 200+%. Good morning, Kevin. Netflix. Yeah. I'll be honest with you. I think more people are shorting Netflix than buying it anymore, especially traders trying to be cute. And they're looking pretty damn ugly. I know Trump talked about the 100% tariffs. It had its chance to open down, went to 1107 and held the 8-day. Do we short stocks above the 8-day or do we try and be long them? I've been doing friggin' ebooks about that for a decade. You want to be long stocks above the 8-day. You want to be buying dips, adding through, not fighting the trend. The trend will tell you when it changes. Anyway, what's Netflix doing today? It is up 10, above 11.59. Does that look like a short? Anyway, with that being said, just don't be stubborn in this tape. Reddit's a pain in the butt. I got away from Reddit, to be honest. Look at that. Close on the dead lows. Hard stock. Get out of the way. I actually lost money in the options there. I moved on. It hasn't been acting the same. APP is up nicely. Some of my friends took options here. What's that doing this morning? Where's APP? You down with APP? If you are, you're up 14%. Remember that song? Let's see if Alexa knows if OPP is. Alexa, play You Down with OPP.
Down with OPP by Babyface.
Let's see. Hold on. I like this tune, but this isn't what I was thinking. OPP. Anyway, this is APP. You down with APP? CLH? I hate that stock. Let's see. Oh, you're cursing, aren't you? Alexa, let's play Steely Dan Radio. Let me show my age a little bit. Anyway, so yeah, 310 went as high as what, 352. That's a spot. I am in TTD options. I'd like to see if this thing could, hit the 50-day. I feel like this has the potential, to get to 60-ish. You down with Jeffrey Ruberg? Wrong song. Anybody know what's the name of the song? When it goes, you down with OPP? Yeah, you know me. You remember back in the day? I know I'm dating myself. Come on, somebody knows the name of the song. Who knows it? Naughty by Nature? That's the group. Or what? Hey Alexa, play Naughty by Nature. Joey A knows. Let's see. Ah, there you go. I'm gonna go through a few more charts while you listen to this. Here you go. If you want to bop a little bit, you could bop a little bit. Hood's been a good stock. Another way to call a cat a kitten. Swab little letters that are missing here. You get it on occasion if the other party isn't gaming. This shit I gotta start to explain it. What's it? You ever had a girl that better on a nice hello? Nigga, that name and number, then let feel it. By the way, if you could say that in a nice little, if it rolls out, you can get some chicks when you were in high school. I think everybody was trying to do that in the 80s. 5130, that's Robin Hood right there. All right. You down with Red Dog G? All right. It's Thursday. We might play that. We're doing a happy hour today, my dogs. Anyway, if you want to come in and come into the, what's it called, Alpha Team today, we'll have some fun. You never heard this song, right, Blackie? You must be like 25 or something. I'm a boomer. You should want to hear Rob Bass. Oh, should we play Rob Bass before we go? No. I can't give you OPP and Rob Bass. You want to see the cues? All right. All right, the Q's 491 is pretty much a big spot. That's the top end right here. Opening above 45. Look at that Red Dog reversal at 478. Nothing really so bearish looking in this chart. And then you got 498 above. So where are the Q's? Ooh. So the Q's and the SPYs are going to be knocking on the door. OPP. Look at that. You can see this chart, like the bull flag coming above it now. I would have been perfect today, except for somebody in the Alpha team's like, Red Dog, you have no hedges going into tomorrow. So I have to deal with being short the 566s. But I did get 80 cents for them, so it's better than, I'm not being long the SPYs and being short the SPYs with my other positions, and I'd be friggin' flat on the day probably. All right, guys. Remember, no 6:30 club on Fridays. Remember, you only make changes or get change if you make changes. Put yourself in a position where you're prepared, where you can make the right decisions with confidence. That's what Red Dog mindset is. You love the 6:30 club. There's going to be some changes coming over the summer, so you better stay tuned. Been doing this since 2020 here at 6:30. We might be doing it somewhere else at 6:30, but anyway. And nothing wrong with the hedge. I get it, but it's going to cost me a little bit of money. I think I did it the right way, so I'll figure out what happens. If we hold and go today on the SPYs, I'm going to get out of it. Because if we get above and stay above 568, really the next level is 576. And the last thing I want to do is be fighting this, especially once you have a bull flag here. So at this point, I'm making good money with it, and we'll see. Yeah, you know me. See you guys later.